As each month passes, the constantly fluctuating travel restrictions change according to infection rates around the world. From October 1st, these countries are opening their doors to international travelers for the first time since lockdown, providing that visitors meet the required entry criteria. President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that South Africa will open its borders October 1st to both incoming and outgoing passengers. Visa application offices will be reopened and visitors may enter, according to Business Insider, if they have a recent negative SARS-CoV-2 test, less than 72 hours old, and have installed a government contact notification application. 3 airports will be open to foreign travelers: Johannesburg's OR Tambo, Cape Town International, and King Shaka outside Durban. Overland travelers will be able to enter via one of the few border posts that remained open during lockdown. Ramaphosa added that some countries might be put on a red list after opening the borders, from which travel would be restricted. He didn't give details on which factors would be used to put countries on such a list. Most countries use a 7-day infection rate per 100,000 people in the population. The UK use 20 per 100,000 as the cut-off point, whilst the Germans use 50. South Africa currently has a rate of 18.5 per 100,000 people, but it hasn't been taken off either Germany or the UK's restricted list, as yet. Time Out reported that South Africa will announce its decisions in the next few days over how it will work and which countries are involved. From October 1st, the Caribbean island will be open to tourists, although it's unclear, according to Time Out, if there will be country-by-country restrictions introduced. The criteria is clear in that incoming travelers must provide proof of valid insurance that covers all COVID-19 issues during their stay. A negative test is also required within 72 hours of arrival, or mandatory quarantine will be enforced for 14 days, before visitors will be allowed to leave the country. The country is considering how it might open up in October and is working through 2 schemes, according to Time Out. The first is called Safe and Sealed, where you would be able to fly to Phuket and stay in a beach resort for 14 days, in quarantine. There would be a test upon entry and a test after 2 weeks. If the latter was negative, visitors could travel throughout the island freely. Another scheme is for a long-term visa, rather than a short-term holiday. Visitors could arrive and stay in a state-approved facility for 14 days, after which they could travel around the entire country for 90 days, renewing the visa twice more, both for the same period of time. Proof will be required of long-term accommodation reservations. It isn't yet clear if visitors from certain countries would be excluded.